So we finally have our first clues to when Star Wars Galaxy's Edge should be opening later this year at Disneyland, and we also have a whole bunch of new details regarding that new land. So let's dive into all of that up next. Hi there Waltoneers, I'm Jack. This is of course DSNY Newscast. Go ahead and subscribe down below if you're new to this channel for all of the latest Disney news, as we release new videos on a Tuesday and a Thursday. But with all of that being said, let's get straight into some Star Wars news. So at long last, we're finally in the year when Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is going to open at Disneyland and Walt Disney World. However, up until now, we've only been given two very vague opening seasons from Disney for when these new lands are set to debut in 2019. But now, thanks to an editorial and an interview with the investor and business magazine Barron's, Disney CEO Bob Iger has given even more clarity on when Disneyland's version of Galaxy's Edge will indeed open, as Iger stated that it should be open by June of 2019, which puts it 2 months ahead of the extremely high attendance which is expected for D23 Expo, which takes place in late August. Now obviously Disney CEO Bob Iger referring to June as the month that Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is going to be opening is great, but also consider that it could be as late as June 30th, much the same way as that of Toy Story Land's opening last year at Walt Disney World. However, if the block out dates for annual pass holders is anything to go by, it seems that Disney might be aiming at the weekend of June 21st through June 23rd as the official opening weekend for Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland, which incidentally is the same weekend that Pixar Pier opened at Disney California Adventure last year. But until we know for definite, all we know for certain is that June should be the opening month for Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland if all goes to plan. Nevertheless, we've got a lot to uncover over the next 6 months about this ultra immersive theme park experience. So let's start off with how you'll enter the land, as Imagineers have structured the entrances in such a way as to create a cinematic vista of the land just like within the movies, as instead of a gradual scenic crossfade or transition found within Disney parks around the world, Imagineering have instead narrowed and then suddenly widened the entrance to heighten the grandeur of entering Galaxy's Edge from within Disneyland's Critter Country and Big Thunder Trail entrance, and the same effect will be achieved over at Walt Disney World with the curved tunnel in place at the Grand Avenue entrance in Disney's Hollywood Studios, whereas the Toy Story Land entrance into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge will be mainly used as an exit for the land to begin with, and will offer a more gradual transition into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge from Andy's backyard. But that's not all, as Disney have been busy releasing all new details which confirm all of the previous reports which we brought you right here on DSNY Newscast over the last year and a half. As we can now confirm that as part of the Rise of Resistance trackless dark ride attraction, it will include more than 50 audio-animatronic stormtroopers, with this footage here most likely being part of a blend between screen and physical effects within the attraction, similar to how Shanghai Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean uses this effect to add even more depth to the show scene at the moment. However, as we can see in this first promotional on-ride footage for Rise of Resistance, this attraction will utilise absolutely massive physical props such as the AT-ATs on board this Imperial destroyer. However, in addition to all of this, as we previously reported, we now have our first look at the Kylo Ren animatronic that you'll encounter toward the end of this daring Resistance mission. And thanks to the Disneyland Line cast member magazine, we now know that both attractions at Disneyland are in the early test phases. But in addition to this, we also received this promotional footage of the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run attraction, where you can see that the ride scenario that is playing out is more than likely part of the same ride mission that we first showed you last year when Nvidia demoed the game technology and CPU and GPU performance for this attraction. However, also within this latest editorial within Barron's magazine on Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, we've also learnt of some smaller details regarding the land overall, as we now know that in addition to a toy shop owned and operated by a Toydarian, that the mysterious alien creature Doc Ondor will also have his own shop within Galaxy's Edge where you'll bargain and trade with this Ithorian for out-of-this-world goods, with this most likely being some sort of animatronic interactive experience for the guests. However, no Star Wars land would be complete without an area to build and buy your own custom droid, with Disney set to roll out new technology that will make these droids more self-aware of people within your existing party and also the nearby First Order stormtroopers. And if you really want to buy a full-sized R2 unit, you'll be able to do that as well within Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. But before we get into any more news for today, I just want to say a quick thanks to Mickey Travels for sponsoring this episode, as Mickey Travels were only one of a select few travel agencies in the entire world that have Disney's Platinum Earmark status. So if you're looking to book a Disney vacation, Mickey Travels will handle all aspects of your trip and do it all for free, as they never charge for their services. So to get your free quote today, visit MickeyTravels.com in the description box or call them on the number below. But coming back on over to Disney's Hollywood Studios, just outside of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, as we can see in these great photos courtesy of BioReconstruct over on Twitter, that there has been a brand new kiosk stand constructed outside of Tatooine Traders. Now at the moment, we don't officially know what this will be, but it could easily be used as a Disney Vacation Club stand, or then later used as a way to sell packages for the upcoming Star Wars Resort opening in the coming years. However, the theming does seem a little odd, as it's more in line with the Chinese theatre aesthetic than that of the surrounding Grand Avenue area. But meanwhile, in a smaller update for those guests and cast members over at Disney Springs, the new parking structure that has been built adjacent to the Lime Garage will be officially opening sometime within February, and it will be called the Grapefruit Garage instead of the previously rumoured name of the Lemon Garage. And lastly for today, for all of those fans of Pixar's Up, Walt Disney World is finally introducing the rarest of exotic birds, as Kevin from Up will be joining Russell and Doug in Up, a Great Bird Adventure at Animal Kingdom. Now personally, this is something which I feel should have been included from day one of this show, as it would have added a rare character sighting into a great educational show. But it will still be interesting to see just how this is integrated into the current show, and whether Kevin will be available for meet and greet opportunities as well. But now it's over to you, Waltoniers. I would like to know if you could add any other Star Wars themed experience to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge which hasn't currently been planned or announced at the moment. What would it be, and how would it interact with the guest experience? And this could either be a whole new type of ride which you could let your imagination go wild with, or it could be a new type of stage show, or a different type of Jedi training academy within Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And most importantly, don't forget to put the timestamp for where the hidden Mickey appeared somewhere within this video, along with your suggestion or your comment, so therefore that way you're in with a chance to win one of these official Waltonier DSNY Newscast enamel pins. And congratulations to this Waltonier here for winning of this suggestion from the previous video, where we were talking all about the guide to Disney in 2019. And so that's it for today, so go ahead and subscribe down below if you're new to this channel, hit that notification icon so that you always receive an update on YouTube, and if you haven't already, download the DSNY Newscast app for the iPhone. And if you've enjoyed today's video, give this video a massive thumbs up, as it's a great way to help support this channel. And I've been Jack, you've been you, and I'll see you real soon.